Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info.
Mention is my
Executive Governor of Imo State.
I want to be like my
Governor Hope Uzodinma, who wear white. Mazi, what is going on today? The white is whiting. Is it a new year?
You know they say this year's team is grief for nobody.
We know they grief for anybody. Mr. Elvis, it's good to have you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome back.
Happy
welcome.
New Year, Abuja.
Yes, at least the town hall gave you people 2 weeks holiday. The holiday is over now.
Yes.
Let's get into the matter. Usanforgod, you're welcome.
Thank you, sir. Abuja, don't listen to the black. Don't listen to any black men make me older than I am. I'm not in a hurry to be old. As you can hear from my voice, I'm a very young man. I'm not in a hurry to be old.
Usang, you're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
That's all we'll say. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Thank
When
you.
we know what we'll
Now
say.
continue.
But Uncle Usang, Mazi has a pending issue. I don't know, should I report the issue on air
Yeah,
or I should report it off
No,
air?
we agreed to report him on air, but because of New Year, unless internally.
Okay, welcome back, gentlemen. Abuja, the town hall is back, and here we are going on with our conversation this very wonderful Monday. Just in case you're in for the town hall happens every Monday from 10 to 11. Most times we have to extend depending on our conversation. Today it looks like we would have an extension because we're looking at two important talks which forms our conversation around security and also the FCT supplementary budget that 50% was recently approved and given to the Honorable Minister of the FCT. And yes, a lot of works have commenced. If you look at the FCT now, you can successfully call Abuja a work site. A lot of places where you wouldn't see some work going on, those are all going. Let's start with the 50%. The 50 billion supplementary FCT supplementary released as the minister also disclosed that. The minister disclosed this on Thursday during an action of project in the nation's capital. He expressed the ministry's readiness to collaborate with other security agencies to install circuit television cameras, which are popularly known as CCT, in Abuja to harness the security situation in the nation's capital. In the late 2023, the National Assembly approved 61.55 billion naira CCT supplementary budget following the passage of 2023 supplementary appropriation bill for the FCT. 12.90 billion of the approved sum for overhead cost, which is recurrent expenditure, even though Mr. Elvis had an issue with that at the time, while 48.65 billion is for capital projects, and that's where we are. So 50 billion out of 61.55 billion for FCT supplementary budget released, and the Honorable Minister of FCT, Barrister Wike, also made that while he went for some inspection, and he also spoke about CCTV, that they would have synergy with the NSA and the DSS FCT command to ensure that they make this happen. This from those conversations. And the other issue will be looked at is issue around the Buhari Area Council, where it's looking like some non-state actors are beginning to want to look at a way to take the city, put the city in a level it's not supposed to be. I mean, the city should be peaceful and people should be able to go about to do their lawful business. But some unscrupulous element are jumping around to either snatch people's vehicle or kidnap some person and all of that. But we also had that conversation here a while ago, and the FCT Police Command assured residents of the Abuja, particularly living in Ushafa, Buhari and his aims, of their safety, and additional police have been deployed to ensure the security threats to nip it in the bud. The command made this promise after the FCT Police Commissioner CP Agaba visited areas in Buhari area councils where have been reports of kidnapping attacks to review the security situation of the area. And we must also say a big you to the FCT command and the CP for taking that prompt action, because I was here also made that announcement about Buhari, and I also spoke about the DPO, which I spoke to people Buhari about the DPO. What do you think of the DPO? What's his personality like? How has he been related with the people? And I got good feedback from people to say the DPO is ready to work. And he goes to gathering and even announce his personal number to say, see, if you see anything, if you can't call, quickly call me and we'll try and salvage the issue. And I pleaded here on the show that the CP, FCT command should please either help boost the men there and all, but he didn't only boost the personnel there, he also paid a visit, which would show and increase the morale of these boys. So let's start with the 50 billion approved, the supplementary budget given to FCT, some for cap project and some recurrent, as it were. Gentlemen, this is where we are. FCT has collected 50 billion and work has started. There is the N2, there is the Cetraco, there is also Sokoro through the AYA going on. There is also one behind FCDA. The road has also, I think, is almost done. They're yet to do some level of marking on that road as well, because normally they will do the marking to show how many vehicles can move, the place where it's sharp turn, a continuous movement, trafficating movement, and all of that. So this is where we are. Some people have also argued that some of the projects only in the center, if the minister can, in his office, extend it to some of the area where people can feel that development. And one of such areas, you would agree with me, is on your way to Cairo. That road has not been good for the longest ever. I don't know if the FCT had the chance to stop by there. There's also conversation around improving on health facilities in the FCT, starting with the general hospitals and the primary health care centers. Gentlemen, this is where we are. Who do we start with this morning? Maybe we'll start with Usanforgod on the budget. You're welcome.
Yeah. Happy New Year to all listeners of Nigerian Info, and Happy New Year to the management and staff of Nigerian Info. I always, try to remember to appreciate the gesture extended to us. We're not the best of listeners on this platform. We are not the best of brains on this platform. But I guess on account of the few humanitarian services we are volunteered to do, like cleaning and all of that, some of us have been privileged here. So I say thank you, Nigeria, for this rare privilege. Now, I won't talk so much about this issue of supplementary budget. We'll deal on that on these two outings. What I can say for now is, well, where this work going, where there are things to be done, like we see in the FC, obviously you know that money we needed. It is only where money is released for such, and there are activities that calls for concern. Now, part of the things mentioned with which the money will be used has to do with the CCTV, and I think it's a very good step in the right order, and that I want to applaud God for that. I want to also applaud the FCT minister for that initiative. I believe that they must be spent judiciously.
Okay, let's go to Mazi.
Let me take off from where I stopped. The CCTV project, my appeal is to our honorable minister that it shouldn't be like the other one. Remember the other one that we had everywhere? Yes.
Even the Senate is also telling them to investigate on that issue.
So the previous one, right?
Yes. So I hope it's not going to be like that. But I, just like me, I have very strong confidence in the person of the current FCT. If whether the money will be judiciously utilized, I believe he will. The only place where I will appeal, I do not think that when it comes to mounting CCTV everywhere in FCT or our security, it should be left alone. Owners of plazas, or what do you call it? Petrol station, business center, even private homes can also provide their own CCTV. So don't spend so much money that we can use on road, hospital, and schools on CCTV. I know that in some countries, for instance, the Nigerian Info, you have CCTV outside there. Maybe you have one that's facing the road. The embassy across there, they have one. If there is anything, government doesn't have to rely on their own, because they are far, maybe at that traffic light. They can come in here from your own CCTV and get videos or pictures of what happened. They can also cross over to the embassy side and, let's have your CCTV. That's the way it works. So I wouldn't want them to spend some, because if government wants to do it and say you want to mount CCTV everywhere, it's going to cost. I don't think that the entire supplementary bill will partner with private citizens. No matter how small your business, there are CCTV that are very cheap, and it's all time for them to people who are in that business, find a way to like motivate them. You don't have to so much profit, make it affordable so that everybody fix that small business that you think you're more curious that you have something up to 500,000 is enough for you to spend 10 to 20 and put something that can capture, trust. Secondly, on the budget, I'm also going to appeal, just like God said, we've dealt on this budget. My own concern will be in the area of security when that time comes. But the budget, we've seen roads in the city, but let him also move to Gwagwalada, Kuje, like Karimo Road that you mentioned, and some other places, because just like I said, in one of our last majority of people work in this town, they don't stay in this place. They're outside there in Kubwa, they're Walada, in Kwali, and so on. So we too, construct roads in that places. They need healthcare center. We are not saying good, because the problem we have now is that when we say they want to build a hospital, we want to build a gigantic structure, 5-story build. No, we don't need that small healthcare center in Kwaji area.
It should be functional.
Just let it be functional. Have the right of medical people there. Make sure that there's drug in their pharmacy and so on. That's what we build. It's not building that makes a hospital a good one.
Right.
Thank you so much,
Mr. Elvis.
Thank you very much, the billionaire.
Yes.
In fact, two of my brothers here have said it all. On the issue of budget, people keep hammering road. Road is not the infrastructure that government needs to look into. The educational sector is there. The health sector is there. But I would want to use this opportunity to dwell more health sector. Know that Abuja, as far as the general hospitals in Abuja or in the FCT is concerned, it is a well-structured nation. And it is well-structured in the sense that most of the drugs or consumables supplied to those general hospitals come from Abuja Central Medical Store,
Okay.
the one at Jabi. I am also aware that most suppliers there have not paid for years. In fact, in the last 3 to 4 weeks now, they have been protesting, showing their payment. And the situation whereby such structure in the health in FCT is
lagging behind
basic essentials of support. You can now imagine how dilapidated the health system in the FCT is. I want to use this opportunity to call on the federal government, call the FCT administration, and also call on the minister of the FCT. He is somebody we know as a man of action. He is somebody we know as a man who's dedicated to whatever he set out to achieve. I want to use the medium to appeal to him to look at the health sector as far as the general hospitals in Abuja is concerned. At the moment, is nothing to write home about. In a situation whereby most of the suppliers, registered suppliers, are no longer interested in supplying. Wonder where the general hospitals will get consumables from. That is aspect.
Okay.
Then on the issue of security.
So let's dive into that at the break because
Okay,
we
sir.
lay some premise. Abuja, stay with us. We'll be right back after this important commercial break. We'll be right back. It's what's happening in Abuja Town Hall meeting.
Connection established.
Audio Jungle.
is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This 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 is Nigeria. This is Nigeria Info.
Let's keep on the conversation. Let's go on to issues around security, the FCT, which is also very important. Looking at the move from the Commissioner of FCT Command visit to Buhari to also assure the residents and the environments that they will do all they do to protect life and property, because that's what they are saddled with. Do not also forget that at the end of December 2023, the 29th day, where the CP also gave like a press briefing, talking about those one chance syndicates that they arrested and 3 ladies who were of them and all of that. He mentioned in that statement that FCT is safe, very safe, and a lot of people says no, sir. Some people also called me to, I think the CP should go around the area and disguise himself and see how safe the FCT is. But this is where we are right now. Buhari Council also, some level of kidnapping, car theft and all of that, where we also talked about, but he had a visit there to assure the people there. But where do we go here? Also, not from the part of the police or security agencies saddled with the responsibility to protect land and properties, but also the citizens, the residents themselves. How are they cooperating with security agencies to ensure that they have work? We also know that we are very communal people, but over time, that is also breaking down gradually, where you see people live in a neighborhood and they don't know where the next neighbor is working, they don't know whether he stays there with his family or not, they don't know the people that are there. We grew up in an environment where during the festive period, it's almost like a neighbor period where my mom will cook and say, go and give to Baba John, go and give to Sister Kate and her people, go and give to, and just know the people who are married and people who are not married from the way they send the cooler to them. Because because I remember the cooler my mother would give me for Baba John on the other side is always because he has wife and children. And they will give me to Sister Kate, is small, and they will attach chin to it because food might not be too much, all of that. But we don't seem to be having those type of communal living again to help us know our neighbor. I had a very crazy experience when I was still in somewhere around Wuse. I saw a lady in the night. I was going home and it was raining. I saw a lady, that rain, heavy rain. I stopped to try to pick lady. On the second thought, she went to a superstore. So then because I don't know her, but I was trying to confirm, where are you going to? I give you my umbrella if you don't even want to come in the vehicle. And trust me, when I was just getting to my place, parking my vehicle, I saw the lady just walked in, drained, and was going to an apartment.
Wow.
It was a very bad night for me.
Yes.
I was waiting till morning. Immediately it was morning at about 9. Went down, I knocked the apartment. The first person that came out was the lady. And I told her, I said, good morning. I stay upstairs, but I just want to tell you that I'm very, very sorry. I said, I saw you yesterday, but I don't know who you are. I don't know. And she says, she's been staying here for more than 3 years now. I said, well, I don't know you. So I now told her, oh, I saw you yesterday and you were under the rain, but I tried to stop. You went into the pastor, and I didn't want it to look like it's by force matter. Then I drove. You know? So these are the little things. If I knew she was my neighbor, there's nothing stopping me from waiting in the superstore. When she finished, we are going to the same place. So how do we look at security from the citizen's point of view in helping security agencies to do the job correctly? Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, the billionaire. I think part of the thing affecting our security architecture, as far as policing is concerned, is this issue of police barracks. In developed countries of the world, the police lives within and amongst the people. This idea of when you see something, say something, and before you say anything, you have to go to a police office to go and report, thereby disclosing your identity, is not helping matters. If in a neighborhood, there are possibly a neighborhood of about 1,000 population of people, and there are about 50 policemen, there is a tendency that before anything happens, each of those policemen must have gotten a on what is about to be planned or the crime that is about to take place within their neighborhood. This idea of having a police barrack is a colonial mentality. The colonial masters need to safeguard themselves. So they needed to live in clusters together to avert any form of attack on them. But a situation whereby we are no longer under colonial leadership, there is high tendency that the Inspector General of Police, with his team, think tank, should devise means to abolish this idea of having police barracks.
I mean, Mr. Elvis, we are still saying that the barracks are not even well kept, well maintained. You are now saying we should even abolish it.
It should be abolished completely.
Interesting.
Why should police officers live together? Who secures the people? When they are together, who secures the people? They should live amongst the people. That is the only way they can get intelligence we are talking about. Intelligence does not come from the moon. Intelligence does not come from heaven. Intelligence comes from people around you. A situation whereby a crime is about to take place, and why they were causing it, somebody overhead. Let me give you an instance. Sometimes last year, early last year, one of my neighbors called me about 10 p.m. That she heard from somebody, these strong boys will be visiting our estate that night. I said, okay. I rushed out him. They called the chairman of my neighborhood, called us. We all came out that night waiting for them. We were all awake at about after 3 a.m. We reported to the police. The police came around, patrolled within our estate and left. Later on, in fact, around after 3, we said, okay, let's just go and take a nap. Immediately we went in, not less than 15 minutes. The policeman called me. Those boys are in your estate.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yes, they come in numbers. They come in 15, 20, 30s. They come in their numbers. They attacked a building. Fortunately for us, we also have these armed vigilantes who went after them, started firing, and they took off. That is intelligent. Where did that woman get the intelligence, the information from? From of the security men who went to drink somewhere, and he heard when those boys were discreet. In a situation whereby the police, we structure our police architecture or security architecture in such a way that the police will have to live among people, it will help us a great deal. I think they should start by air from that. Thank you very much.
Interesting. Let's go to Usanforgod on this.
Yeah, thanks so much, Elder Elvis. I want to start on the note of appreciation of the Commissioner of Police FCT, CP Aruna, for not only the CP from his office to also being the CP on ground. That visit to Buhari should not be taken for granted. He could have as well sent the DC ops or send besides going, he also deployed additional policemen and assured the people. Having said that, sir, I won't disagree with the Elder Elvis. He has been what he said, but if you also look at the available barracks in Nigeria, like you said, are they not enough? We still have policemen, them living among the people.
I mean, the
Yeah.
barracks are not even up
Yeah.
to standards.
Really. So
Somebody should live in.
Yeah,
if
so
you
the
look at
barrack system has advantage of immobilization in case of emergency. I think the first idea, so it's easy to galvanize them. But these days again, like the number of policemen increasing relative to the barracks available, you don't have so many of them who work in the same formation in particular barrack. So the easy mobilization is also defeated. Living among the populace has its own advantages as well, because you know that in some situation, in some society, it's not actually very safe for a policeman to live among the populace. It becomes an easy target where there is an issue elsewhere. Now, as to your question, sir, about what we, the citizens, need to do, I want to appeal that we know that the police, the military, the DSS, and what we have right now is all we have, are doing so much. I also want to agree that there may be more to do. There may be more to do, but we should appreciate effort when it is. So the most amazing thing is for you to have a good intention, act on that intention, and somebody say, "Is that all you could do?" Now, when you were reading out the press conference of the CP,
Yes.
I listened, and the press conference was with fact figure, mentioning names, mentioning car registration numbers, and things that are verifiable. Such could not have been cooked. So I expected that when the CP said FCT is safe, relative, he probably did not mean that the entire FCT is without crime. And between you, sir, this regime of the present CP, compared to previous, we must agree that kidnapping, even this one chance, has reduced.
No, I mean, with the number they even put out,
Yes.
one can only just agree with it because that there was a decline
Yes.
from November. We knew what was happening in
Sir,
November.
before now,
and December.
you don't go to to find out the issues of kidnapping. You just hear it. You just somebody crying. I mean, issue one chance and another. You just hear it everywhere. Oh, somebody was one chance. Or you just hear it anywhere you go. Sometimes in front of my church, a brother left fellowship and was to go to Pape, right there in front of the church where he was to go to Pape. He entered a cab,
chance.
and then his laptop was. Do you understand? But I'm not saying that we shouldn't have more. Okay. Every citizen has asked more. We deserve to have more. Do we deserve a better security? Well, yes, we. But how do we the morale of the personnel in terms of the security situation encourage them? Sir, there's another part. We shouldn't see ourselves versus the security personnel.
But that's what has been available.
Yes, we just see ourselves because it gets to a
So
point.
we and the police.
We and the police, we and them. It gets to a point whereby anything that comes to the security personnel, we already have
a biased mindset.
We already have a refuter. We already have defense. We already have a denier. You heard the comment of people when you read that press conference. Who would you, for God's sake, expect the commissioner of police to walk around? He has men who do that. He is not, I repeat, saying that everything is perfect. But I think, sir, sincerely speaking, relative to previous years, I think we are better off.
All right, before we go to the phone line, Mazi.
For me, it's not just about what can we do as citizens. The security agencies, they also have their part to play. Number one, I believe that security is everybody's business. It's not policemen, it's not just for DSS. If I go to a police and give a report or an information and say, I had so and so thing, where I went with Usanforgod or with Elvis, please act up. Are they going to detain me lately and say, where did you get it from? Then tomorrow I'm now looking for, how to, please get me a lawyer. They don't hear or they don't hold me down. Do you understand me? So they also need to find a way to make people to trust them again. We understand that we have headaches. Do you understand me? All the security agencies, but not all of them are bad. They are good ones.
Yes.
But they should do more so that people can, they can win people's confidence, win people's trust. Because as it is right now, if somebody hears something, unless you have a police friend that you can trust and say, oh, this is what I had, it will be difficult for you to get to any police station and say, oh, go, check so and so place. You end up being it's almost like the one who wanted to commit the crime or who committed crime. Then secondly, I want to agree with Elvis barrack thing is not working. I do not think if you go to US today, UK today, that they have barracks. It's nowhere, even in Dubai. Secondly, when I was living in Aba, we had a policeman who was living with us, except for those of us who were in the same yard with him. Him is always on his mufti. You wouldn't even know that this is a policeman. Do you understand me? For the fact that that guy was in that compound, it's very for anything to happen around that place. You understand what I'm saying? So I think that barrack thing doesn't work. I mean, you tell army to stay in barrack, I understand. But for police, they must stay with us because that's how they mix up with us, the same market with us, you know, go to that man shop to buy milk and sachet, and then you get it. The intelligence you're talking, that is the only way to get it.
Okay.
And lastly, I want to mention the DSS because it's not just Nigerian police. We used to have our DSS on Mufti. I'm not comfortable with, you know, seeing them with big guns and uniform. They're supposed to be secret. Now that they have uniform, the purpose of that, you know, agency is almost defeated. I'm not saying it completely defeated. They're supposed to be carrying big guns. You know, you see them go to Asokoro, you see them in town. They're supposed to be like you and I, mix up, go anywhere. That is how they work.
I think
but if I you with a uniform and big gun, I already know. I can't, you know, associate you. I can't do anything.
But in their defense, I know the ones who wear uniform and are public are different. The ones who also do the area thing are also different.
When did this uniform thing start?
No, but from what he's saying, I think I want to key into that. You know, growing up, and we had DSS.
Let me hold you. Let's go for a quick comment.
Abuja, our mic is always on. That's why give you the microphone to take your business to a higher level. Get your branding to a household name in Abuja and beyond. Call our sales executive on 080-999-30141. Joy 080-9597-5569. Let's get your business on the radio and be heard.
No matter what I do, you love me unconditionally. You show up for me every day, no matter when I show you.
Others' love is unconditional. Nothing serves this love better than a bowl of Indomie. So, show some love with Indomie.
Show me love. You show me love.
Everyone is at the table lunch. Mom is bringing a jollof rice, and then...
John!
Sorry, Mom.
Hello? Can I ask some jollof rice to be delivered?
Mama saves the day. Lunch is here. Mom, add some Coke too.
Just come and eat, Joe.
Pick up memorable moments because family lunch and ice cold Coke make a recipe for wonder. Coca-Cola.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.